All right, hey, we're just about to start, guys. All right, let's get this turned down. All right. So hopefully you all had a great weekend. You know, after our little tornado fiasco, last week, the weather's actually been quite pleasant. The humidity's kind of dropped off, so I've been taking advantage of the nice weather and, spending time with family and also going outside with my dogs. This whole summer, it's been so unbearable. In Kansas, where we live at, even if it's only 90 degrees, we always have super high humidity, so it feels way hotter than it actually is. All right, so for everyone that's in the chat, I know we're a little early. Can you give me a sound check? How does it sound? You know, my voice compared to the background. I played a newer soundtrack because I'm kind of getting tired of listening to the same beats every single night. So I'm still getting used to this techno music, but I can't play copyright music, especially every stream. You know, because I basically save the that for 80s community night, which happens every Friday. Awesome. Thank you, Big Sky. Hopefully you had a great weekend. So let's go to our 4 hour. So I've been trying to, I know I've been busy this weekend. Because honestly, guys, I know I talk about trading and stuff during the week, but I really try to emphasize, especially on the weekends, to, spend time with your family. But I've been trying to keep you guys updated as much as possible. So this was, it was kind of funny last night, or wasn't last night, it was actually the other day. I was looking at this pattern right here. And literally within like 6 hours, CryptoFace actually had the same pattern that he went live. So it was just, it's kind of funny when you see, you're thinking a pattern and you see a guy that's a little bit more respected in the crypto industry, draw the same pattern. It's like, hey, at least, good minds or great minds are thinking alike. So something to keep in mind here. I don't know if we're going to hit 12,000, but I noticed CryptoFace was talking about how he's expecting in the next week we're going to hit $12,000 Bitcoin. So, I was keeping that in mind with this pattern. I don't really know if we're going to hit 12,000. I mean, at the high, I think we could definitely maybe test 11 if we can get some buy volume. But I posted a crypto update in our news section. So remember the Bitcoin kind of Ponzi, that Ponzi scheme, that China, all those Bitcoin that were being sent and dumped. Well, there was roughly, I want to say it was like 20,000 something Bitcoin was transferred to exchanges earlier today. So it's something to think about. Even if it's not them because it's not confirmed, someone sent a ton of Bitcoin to, it was 4 different exchanges. If you want to read the article, go to our Discord. I have the links down. If you're on Twitch, I have them down below in our panels. But you can read up on it. All right. So looking at Bitcoin here, you can kind of see we've had a nice sell-off since we were, up here at 12,000 or above 11.6. We've honestly, we consolidated up here. We formed what would be a Bart Simpson, and then we kind of consolidated, and had a much more, capitulation down. So right now, I mean, if you look at the term of it, if we zoom out here and we look at it as a whole, we really look like we're in this, I mean, I guess you could maybe call it, I don't know, what would you call this, chat? Would you call this an ascending triangle, maybe a bullish pennant? Let me know in the chat. I've been kind of trying to pin this. That's one thing I'm still working on is my terminology with these triangle patterns. I know how to trade them, but looking at this as a whole though. So not this whole pattern. So do you see how, so Big Sky, see how we went up here? This kind of so if we delete this right here, what would you call this triangle formation here? Would it be like a bull pennant? Because it's kind of flat, or would it, or I was thinking maybe like an ascending triangle on a much larger scale. It's this triangle area right here. I've been kind of trying to pin a name on it. As you all know, I'm not bearish on Bitcoin as a whole, but I've been speculating that when Bitcoin does take a downturn, if it happens, to do so, we generally like to do descending triangles to the downside. So, for me to turn, I mean, I'm a swing trader, so it really doesn't matter if we go up or down. I do want crypto to succeed. But for me to invalidate any kind of bearishness that I could be thinking, I at least want to, let's move this out of the way. I want to break this second high right here. If we can break the second higher low, more so if we can really break this one, You know, if we can break this high over here, which if we look at our price point, it's roughly at about 12,000. Let's just say 12,003, 12,004. If we can break that, I'll get really bullish. And honestly, guys, if we can break this second high, which if we look at our... Wow, sorry guys, I've been busy all weekend, so I haven't had time to go buy a new mouse. I do apologize. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking, like a bull pennant. Because this flat bottom, that looks like a bull pennant to me. But, you know, I'll get bullish if we can break this high. But, you know, this is just my opinion. If we can break this second high, though, I'm very certain. And this second high, if we look at our price point here, that's about 13,200. If we can break 13,200, I would put the probability of 60 to 70% that we're going to break this high right here. And we could be forming the new high of the year. Now all-time highs, I'm not really going to put my money on that. Not yet, at least. But if we can break this second high here, I'm fairly certain we will go and at least test this high and maybe even make the high of the year. But until then, we're kind of stuck in this trading range. It's a fairly large range. You know, I would say between maybe 12,000 and, you know, maybe 9,000 at the bottom. You know, that's, if you think about it, that's roughly about a 33%. So that's a nice area to swing trade. So, but looking at Bitcoin here, I really want to see, if you look at this, it kind of fits. We have these nice touch points here at the bottom. Let's see if I can get this to extend a little more. So this is more of a visual. I'm not going to be trading like if we go and touch this. It's just more of a, you know, it's called like a parabolic curve. The little triangle that is forming right now makes it look like, yeah, exactly. So if I zoom up here, this triangle right here, is that what you're talking about, Big Sky? It really wouldn't shock me if we can maybe hit the bottom of this and then go to the upside. So this is something I've been talking about here for a little bit. So just so I can get a consensus in the chat, guys, so I know to go more in depth into this, can I get a consensus? When did you guys start trading Bitcoin? Like, were any of you guys around for the bull run in 2017? Like late 2017? May 2000? Hey, you got in just a little bit after I did. So I got into Bitcoin roughly about January, February of 2017. All right. So, you know, I'm not going to go too much into it, but if you guys remember, so Bitcoin went and hit about $10,000. The China FUD came out and we literally flash crashed to like 5,900, 6,000 mark. And then the news came out that the futures were going to be rolled out. It was like the CBOE and there was another exchange that was going to hold futures. And Bitcoin had a nice little run up. Honestly, I'm fairly certain that's what pretty much pushed us to those all-time highs of about, 19,000, slightly higher. So if you guys haven't heard the news already, I'll just let you know now. I believe it's September 10th or 12th, somewhere in the week of, maybe the second week of September, backed futures are supposed to be rolled out. So what I'm kind of watching for, if you've watched my channel, you know I am not a fundamental trader. Bitcoin is not an asset you can fundamentally trade. You know what I mean? It's not like stock. There's no earnings. There's no product. It's more of a technical trade or a speculative. But if Bitcoin's going to test new highs, especially for this year, I really think it's going to be coming soon. And the reason I say that is backed futures are going to be coming out, and Bitcoin, if we do have a similar situation like we had in 2017, if you guys don't trade the stock market, because that's what I did for years before I ever came to crypto, this is how earnings come out. So usually when you have investors, when they're looking at a stock, whether it's Apple, Tesla. I mean, there's so many stocks out there. If there generally is a consensus that they're going to have a great earnings report, the fundamentals are looking good, generally a stock will increase in price leading up to the earnings report. And that's why, have you ever seen like how it'll say that, the estimated is 30 cents or 32 cents and they hit it right on the dot? And technically you're like, oh, that should be a good thing. And then you see it tank. It's because it was already priced in. There was speculation leading, weeks or maybe a month or so leading into the earnings report. Investors have already priced it in, and then technically you might have a little bit of a sell-off, before making your next move. So I'm very curious to see if we have a similar occurrence here with Backed. Maybe, kind of like how the Facebook, buy the rumor, sell the news. Exactly, Big Sky. So what I'm watching for, and I could be completely wrong. This is just, do not trade based on this. This is just something, another perspective to think about in your strategy. But the way I look at this, I'm very curious how Backed is going to change the crypto space. Because if I'm not mistaken, and let me know if I am, it's supposed to be traded with physical Bitcoin, buying and selling, unlike futures. But depending on how the Backed rollout, how it changes the crypto landscape, because it will. That'll be the most institutional money to ever hit this space, because futures are not, trading actual Bitcoin. So it theoretically should have no effect on the market. If we don't see a run up in Bitcoin in the next month, 2 months, I generally think we may have hit our high for the year and we will probably have another sell-off. So, I think if we're going to have a nice run up this year, it's going to be speculation of Backed and then maybe a reaction from it. We've never had institutional money of this kind ever hit the crypto space. Sorry guys, music was freaking me out a little bit. So I really think if Bitcoin's going to hit a bull run this year, it's going to happen in the next month or two. I can't really speculate on what will happen after Back, because we've never seen anything like this. So, but, just to get, I wanted to get that Back stuff out of the way because, if we really are going to get some steam and Bitcoin price is really going to climb, I think that's going to be the kind of like the coals to the train, you know what I mean? The gasoline to the fire. That's really what's going to push Bitcoin higher. But for right now, the areas that I'm looking at, so we have this parabolic turn. Let's catch the bottom of it. Now, this is something I also wanted to point out. Don't treat this as if it touches this blue line, we're just going to bounce off of it. This is simply just a visual of a curve, because this line can be moved down, it can be moved up. So when you look at this chart, don't think we're just going to hit this and bounce back up. But if we look here, we have major support that we've bounced off multiple times, which is roughly to about the 9,850, 9,900 area, and that's sitting right above this curve. So right now, at least from a short-term standpoint, we have very strong support, between 9,800 and, let's just say 10,000. We seem to bounce anywhere, between, that $200 trading range. If for some reason we break 9,800, because we do it every time, I'm very confident we're going to go test 9,600. That just seems to be an area, the 95 to 96 range, once 9,800 breaks. But on the upside, we have this. If you look at it from this dump, it looks like it could be a descending. Let's look at this. Sorry, guys. Because you can see we have touch point 1, 2. We have a cluster right here. So you have 3-4 touch points. So that shows, there's a lot of strength in this line. We're obeying this upward support line. So I've been trying to keep you guys updated on Discord. But the key area for me right now is the 10,550 to 10. Yeah, ascending triangle. That's what I was thinking. Ascending triangle. Sorry. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking right now, Big Sky. So, but I've tried keeping you guys updated on Discord as much as possible. But if we can break the 10,550 to 10,600 mark, I'm very, very confident we're gonna test our old trade setup, which is between 10,008 to 11,002. And honestly, if we break 11.6, I'm fairly confident you can pretty much not really count 10,008. And I think we'll test the 11,000 to 11,002 range before, possibly getting rejected or, propelling to new highs. Ugh. Oh, yeah. So Big Sky, just so what are you thinking? What are your targets for this week? Are you leaning bullish or are you leaning bearish? I mean, right now I'm feeling pretty bullish, but I don't like those 20,000. Like seriously, if you haven't read it, seriously, go check the it's like CoinGraph about the 20,000 Bitcoin that were transferred to exchanges. Oh yeah, futures. Yeah. I'll be honest, I was very, very bullish for this week until I heard that transfer. Usually when you see any big transfers to Coinbase or Binance, generally we seem to have steep sell-offs. And right now, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. If there is that much Bitcoin that is being sent to an exchange, no matter how bullish you get this week, even bearish, just limit your risk, guys, okay? I know I use 10x leverage. Maybe they will hodl. Man, that's scary, though, holding on an exchange. So, just for any new people that are here, I do use 10x leverage on pretty much all of my trades. But guys, I only really use 5 to 10% of my portfolio on a trade, and I dollar cost average, ladder end, whatever you want to call it. I use very, very small percentages of my portfolio, and I leverage it by 10%. So when I use 10x, don't think I'm just, I'm throwing all this money out, going all in on trades, because we're all about self-improvement and, bettering yourself as a trader. And if you overexpose yourself and you're putting large sums of your capital into even 1 or 2 trades, I'm telling you, you might make it 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 trades in a row. But when you are wrong, I'm telling you guys, you will lose all your gains. You'll honestly probably lose your entire account value. Leverage it's no joke. So I know I'm the king of Bybit, and I know I have those links down below. For if you want to use Bybit or, any kind of referral links, but I do not shill them to you. I mean, the only reason I will tell you to use Bybit is if you're already utilizing leverage trading exchanges. But if you are just learning out, you want to learn technical analysis, guys, do not learn the hard way by losing your money. I mean, guys, I'm just going to be honest with you. The reason I started this channel was to help you guys avoid the obstacles that I had to learn seriously the hard way by losing my money over and over and over and over. It really sucked. So, just be very, very careful. And, if you're just learning out, use your physical dollar amount. Go to an exchange like Binance, even though I think they offer leverage trading now. But use an exchange and only use the money that you have. Because even if you are wrong, guys, you can at least hold, and you're not going to get that. I mean, if you've traded leverage trading before, we'll fill you in. If you're wrong on a trade, you get the awful liquidation email. And there is no worse feeling in the world, because what they do is usually after you lose 40%, 50% of your account value, they automatically liquidate whatever your position is, and you take a massive loss. So I just wanted to put that out there. I know the channel's growing pretty fast. We've officially hit 60 subs on YouTube. We're almost to 60 subs here on Twitch. You know, and our Discord's growing. So, you know, I'm really loving the growth. So I'm gonna start repeating a lot of this stuff because I don't know when new people are popping in. But this channel is to help you guys learn these indicators, learn how to take logical, low risk, high reward trades, how to read these indicators so you can be a self-efficient, self-dependent trader. You know, we're all about helping you guys. And if you check our Discord, which we have an amazing, awesome community. We have a lot of great traders there. And this week I'm really going to hit it hard. But I have an education series. So especially if you're new to trading and you want to learn specifically like the MACD, the volume, you know, the RSI, and how to put all these indicators and to form that into a trade, you know, I highly recommend joining our Discord. I feel Bitcoin will be a choppy accumulation phase for a while, maybe a few more weeks. I'm still over until the 21. Yeah, I agree. Talking about YouTube, I need to check my restream. I keep forgetting that I have YouTube on here now. What was that? So, alright, so I need to actually, I screwed up my moving averages this weekend, so I need to go and fix them here real quick, because I really like I need to actually add the 21 EMA. Oh, yeah. Oh, Big Sky. No, you're good. I mean, honestly, that's what I was about to say. I need to get the 21, because right now I'm only using the 13 and the 34. Pink, Tron Blue, purple. Just want to make sure I got these right. And then green, yellow. Okay. I accidentally deleted them this weekend. But yeah, I really need to get the 21 EMA added. Right now I'm using the Aggro Capital EMA SMA tool they have. I need to see if I can maybe get them to add the 21. That would be pretty cool. Because honestly, on my old moving average indicator that I used, I actually had the program, the 21 in it. So, but for right now, guys, we're gonna have a little bit of support here at about the 10,300 range. Oh, I'm sorry, the 10,100. There'll be a little bit of short-term support because we do have some touch points between the 10,250, 10,300 range, but your more stronger short-term support here is at about 10,100, and then of course the support box that we talked about between about 9,800 to 9,900. I need to update this chart because, like I said, I've been busy this weekend. Because especially with the new guys we have here and girls, I like having the rectangle boxes shaded in green and red, so they're a little bit better visual-wise for you guys. Let's see how we look on Market Cipher. I know I've been talking, guys, but it was so weird taking a day off yesterday. Yesterday was like the first day off from streaming I've had in a while, but all right. So looking at this right now, guys, this actually does not look very good. I'm going to point this out to you why. So on the 4 hour, whoops, let's get that back up here. So on the 4 hour, your money flow is still red. All right. So you have your money flow. You're in the red right now. This is your bearish momentum. So these blue blobs, guys, it is basically your MACD. This is just a more sensitive indicator because it's programmed. It's the crypto face, Market Cipher. So you have a nice lower momentum. So technically, this is a very bullish indicator. But then we have this. So this was our triple MACD bearish divergence that we showed the other day. And if you look here, you're showing a much lower low and bullish momentum right now. So the way I'm looking at this right now, hey, Crypto One Twitch, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate you being here and welcome to the community. So right now, you had triple MACD bearish divergence. It played out beautifully. If we look at here on the chart, it played out here. We had a sell-off from roughly about 12,000. I guarantee I'm not going to pop market Cipher Aeon right now, but you can just tell. The triple MACD bearish divergence, it played out beautifully. You had your drop, you had your bearish consolidation. This is pretty much a bear flag, and then boomed back to your downside. So we're going to pop back over. This is a very bullish indicator. And you could see we did pop up to the upside. You know, not very strong, but we did. We went from around 10,000 to where we're at now, about 10.3, 10.4. But generally, when you see a low momentum like this, you're going to have a pretty violent move to the downside. I say violent, that's actually the wrong word. You're going to have a pretty decent move to the downside. So what we're going to look at now is, because this is the weekend, you know, the volume's a little bit lower. Let's look at our lower time frames so we can get a little bit more clarity on what's happening here that hasn't been put in the 4 hour yet, because it takes more time. Alright, so that's actually not too bad. So on the 1 hour here, so that actually makes that low momentum there not look so bad. So you had your trigger wave. I know we have some new people in. So market Cipher, when you get a trigger wave, this is one of the most bullish indications that it can throw out to you. If you could just imagine your gun being here, you have your, the place where your trigger's at. Sorry guys, I don't own a gun, but you can see here, this is, you could, if you're imagining holding it in hand, this is your trigger wave. Crypto Face talks about this all the time. Your buy signal would have been right here. When you saw this rounding off, your buy signal was right here. And you will be updated on this during the week. Generally I don't trade during the weekend. So you can see here, we rounded this off right here. Our trigger wave played out. We started rounding it off, and right here was our buy signal. If we go right from our stick, it'd be roughly about here at about 10,000, 10,001. And this is on the 1 hour chart. So let's go to our closer time frames. Let's see if we're seeing anything. But before I leave the 1 hour chart, this is actually, it's not bad. It's slightly higher, but that's all that matters. It's not down sloping, so your bullish momentum is at least neutral to bullish. So let's go to our closer time frames. Alright, so let's go back to our market Cipher. So yes, we had a dip in price because we made a higher high in bearish momentum compared to this. But if you can see that we're having a little bit of a bounce now. This is on the 30-minute, guys, so this is just really for swing trading, but it kind of helps me because this is the information that feeds into the longer time frames. You can see this is your bearish momentum. You had your high, and now we still haven't surpassed this one yet, so that's overall good. And if you look, do you see how red your money flow is right here? Look how much thinner it is right here. The bears are trying to hold us down right now. I've been talking about it all weekend. The longer time frames are bullish, but if you watch the shorter time frames, which is what I trade because I'm a swing trader, the bears are fighting tooth and nail to hold us under that 10.5 and 6 mark. Alright, we'll look at the 15. And this is what I'm talking about. Oh. You can see here, our RSI is kind of bottomed out now. Your money flow ain't red though. But you're definitely, on the 15-minute, you're definitely building some more bearish momentum. So this is why, and don't put too much into this, guys. The volume is typically much lower on the weekend. So I don't really, honestly, I don't really trade until about this time. I know Saturday, we've generally been having some moves. So here coming up, in the next coming weeks, I might start trading more on Saturdays, but generally I don't like to trade. I like to trade when there's the most amount of liquidity in the market, and that is, Monday through Friday. Even though we did pop off a buy signal here though. If you see, we did pop a green dot. Sorry guys, we ran out of soda at our house. And we have this nasty orange vanilla Coke, and it's giving me some pretty nasty indigestion, so I apologize. and it's filled with nasty aspartame, which I'm not a fan of. So tomorrow I might be we're definitely having a morning and evening stream. So if you're new to the channel, I stream every single night here at 9 p.m. Eastern time, but generally, and that's every day. But I let you know beforehand if we're going early like tonight, because I can tell you for sure tomorrow we're gonna be doing early morning. We're gonna have a nice early morning stream. I'm getting up around 5-6 in the morning. That's why I started the stream early, because I want to see when Asia hands us the ball, because there's generally quite a bit of volatility in the early morning, and it kind of sets the pace for the day. So if you're going to be around tomorrow early in the morning, I'll give you the heads up on Discord, but you can pretty much guarantee I'm going to be live before 8-9 in the morning. So Cryptozzies, sorry, I know I didn't say that right. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. I appreciate you being here. And I highly recommend, if you want a community that's all about supporting you and helping you be a independent, trader, join our Discord. We have an amazing community. We're all about self-improvement. Let's look at our moving averages. Let's go to our 4 hour. Let's get a zoom out here. And just to give you a current price point, we're sitting at 10,325. All right, so we're gonna need to make a move soon. We need to make a move to the upside soon, guys. I don't like this at all. So if you see right here, we are about to have a bearish cross of the 100 and the 200-day moving average on the 4 hour. That is not a good sign. So really, we need to push the price up. The bulls need to get the buy volume in. And if we look at our price target, we need to really push above 10,008 very soon. Like, I'm talking, what's the date? 18th. Seriously, in the next 5 days, we really need to push above 10,800, preferably even above 11,002, or this is going to cross to the downside. Right now, our shorter term moving averages we're kind of sitting on right now. So to give you guys an update, just to let you know what all these colors are, okay? So your light green right here, this is your SMA 5, and your red right here is your 10. I use these for day trading. The other moving averages are your EMA, which is your estimated moving average. This yellow is your EMA 13. This pink line right here is your EMA 34. 4 hour, 50, and 200. Oh. And then your purple right here is your 200, and your Tron blue is your 100. I just wanted to give you guys, just so you can know what you're looking at. Alright, so let's look. When I look at my moving averages, I generally like to look at the 4 hour and the daily. See if we can see anything else. So you can kind of see, we've been riding our EMA 100 on the daily. Every time we get close, we pretty much have a bounce off of it. Once again, look at this. On your daily here, your 13 and your 34. That's not good. Your 13 and your 34 are about to have a bearish cross here. So, to sum this up for you guys, and simple terms, Bitcoin needs to move up. We really do. Or we're gonna, we're already making lower highs. That we've had 3 lower highs in a row, and you can see we're basically on our daily right here. Yeah, EMAs. I use the EMAs, but since I'm a day trader and I'll trade the 15-minute and the 30-minute chart, I use my SMA 5 and 10. But you can see here though, guys, our SMA 10 right now Look how many touch points we have off of it. It's acted as a pretty solid short indicator, and that's right at or just above 10,500. So yeah, I need to add the EMA 21, but I use the 13, the 34, the 100, and the 200. Hey Casey Louise, how you doing? Or is it Lou? Yeah. I'll just call you Casey. How you doing, Casey? Just want to make sure to, you know, we usually stream on Twitch, but I'm still getting used to now that we added YouTube to our live streaming. Thank God for Streamlabs. All right. So, you know, to sum up Bitcoin here, guys, for us to get bullish, we need to break the 10.5 to it's really that 10,550 to 10,600 mark. You're going to have your real short-term support. I mean, you're going to have short-term support here at 10.3, but more so at 10,100 with your major support levels between 9,800 and 9,900. If we break that line, I'm fully expecting a test of 95 to 9,600. Now, if we break to the upside and we break above 10,600, I'm fully expecting us to at least test 10,008, but guys, I think we'll test the 11 to 11,002 mark before possibly getting rejected or, you know, moving up further. So if we break 9,800, it pretty much expect a test of 95 to 96. If we break 10,600, I'm expecting a test of our old trade setup between 10.8 and 9.2. Just because it had a pretty major move to the downside the other day. Let's look at XRP. All right, well, that's looking better, guys. All right, so we've been talking about it for a little bit now. 28 cents was major resistance. It was major resistance. And we're sitting just above it right now, but this is on the weekend. So you can see we had a nice bounce off of our EMA 13, or actually let's go to our 4-hour. So we pretty much, on our 4-hour, we had a rejection of our EMA 100. We have a nice touch point right here. And so our next line we're going to be looking at for support is our EMA 34, which is this pink line. Don't pay attention to this cross right here because the red is an SMA and this yellow is an EMA. This is your SMA 10, this red, and this yellow is your EMA 34. So this doesn't really matter. But you can tell this is why I love using the SMA 5 and 10 is because we rode this, all these touch points, and we had a nice pop to the upside here. So, you know, for now on XRP, you really need to hold above 27.5 cents. But right now, you can see where we have this touch point. There's going to be a lot of resistance, guys, between 28 cents and 30 cents, with the reason being, if we zoom out here, look how many touch points this has. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, and not only that, but even at the top of our zone here at 30 cents. So there's going to be a lot of resistance between 28 and 30 cents. So there could be a rejection there at any point. But guys, if we can break above 30 cents, I'm going to become pretty bullish on XRP. If we can break and hold at least a daily candle. I know I'm going to say daily because it could be a trap, but I really want to see a daily candle close over 30 cents before I'm bullish. But you can see now, we're kind of coiling up. You see, especially on more short-term moving averages, we're now coiling and we're turning up to the upside. So something I'm going to be watching for is right here. Your 34 and your your 13 and your 34. If you could have this cross right in here, that could be what could propel you past the EMA 100, and we could have our 30 cent test. So I'm going to be watching it's really going to be about this 27.5 cent area. If we go back to the downside, these will just bearishly cross, and you'll continue on the way back down, and you could pretty much just consider this being a dead cat bounce. But I'm really, you know, this is actually, I'm glad I looked at this chart. If this 13 and 34 can cross right here, your yellow and your pink line, I think you're going to have a nice move to the upside. I really do. Let's look at market Cipher. So you're looking great on the 4-hour. You can see how we had such a low momentum right here. You have a nice pop to the upside, so that's good. Let's look at our daily. Let's just see what our daily, and that was the 4-hour, by the way. Your daily's going to take more time to change, but you're deeply oversold, even though you did pop a green dot, and you popped it out on the daily. So we looked at our 4-hour, we looked at our daily. Let's go to our 1-hour. You can see how we're dipping a little bit now, but the price action's already happened, so you're looking good. Your bullish momentum is rising. Wish there was a way like to hide all these. Alright, making sure I didn't miss any messages. And so that kind of is what I was looking at here earlier. If we look at our market Cipher B, you can kind of see what I'm looking at right now. You definitely, it looks like you're starting to round this off. And so if we can round this off right here where the white basically circles off the dark blue, we're gonna have we'll definitely pop back up here to the upside. But the key thing is, though, is you want to see us at least break this blob right here. This is basically your MACD, guys. This is market Cipher. So it's a little bit more sensitive, but that's why I like it, because it helps you get a better price point when trying to enter or exit into positions. Right now, your RSI is neutral. You can see how, you know, we definitely got bought. We actually turned to the green here momentarily, but right now we're pointed west to east. So, you know, just sum up XRP though real quick, guys. You really want to hold this 25-cent area, but more so here short term, you want to hold the 27 to 27.5 cents. And if you can start making, if you can just basically hold this point and maybe slowly increase to the upside, you will have a bullish cross of your 13 and your 34. And I'm telling you, you will have a nice reaction off that. But this will all be invalidated if Bitcoin decides it wants to dump. If Bitcoin dumps, guys, there is no hedge to Bitcoin right now, like crypto-wise. You might have something hedge and be correct a few times, but in terms of being a hedge every time Bitcoin dips, there is none in cryptocurrency right now, except maybe Tether. And that's more a safe haven. It's not a hedge. You're not going to gain value by going into Tether when Bitcoin dumps. So is there any coins that you're interested in looking in? You know, tonight's just gonna be a quick stream. I just basically wanted to go over what happened this weekend, you know, and to fill you guys in, give you some price targets to think about. But I'm telling you, my goal this week between Monday and Friday is to have 25 to 30 hours of streaming. We're gonna have our cup of coffee stream. Granted, it's probably gonna be earlier than usual. I'm talking like maybe 8 in the morning. 9 in the morning, and that's Eastern time. So we're gonna do a lot of live streaming this week, lots of live trading. So you know, be prepared for that. My goal is to have a nice profitable week. We're gonna, you know, I have a feeling this week's there's gonna be a lot of volatility on Bitcoin. So let's see if market Cipher B is showing anything, or A. I'll get my coffee ready. Wow, what a trap market, Cipher A. You literally threw a buy and a confirmed short signal right in the same, almost the same darn candle. I don't think I've ever seen that. But you can see why. This is why I love market Cipher so much. So you got some short indicators up here, but this really should have done it for everyone, is right here. You had a high, a lower high, and a lower high of bullish momentum. Whenever we hit this point right here, that was your indication to sell or to short. And if you look at your price point, that happened right there, right about 10,450. And now that CryptoFace added a confirmation to your short here, you'll see that, so these red X's are your short indicator with your confirmation, your blood diamond. So it basically confirms all these blood diamonds back here. This is your confirmation, like, hey, it's about to happen. These other blood diamonds that are a little more dull and not as big or bright, they're like, hey, turbulence, warning, there's gonna be, you know, just be prepared. This is like, hey, it's happening. We had roughly about 160. So, you know, market Cipher A is not the best when it comes for trying to do like $300, $400, $500 swings. But if you're like me and you don't mind swing trading Bitcoin and do it, so like if Bitcoin goes, you know, goes up or down $50 to $100, this thing's amazing for day trading. I love day trading with market Cipher. Now, market Cipher B, this thing's amazing. I mean, honestly, I could probably even do just fine without market Cipher A if I just had B. So, what we're going to do now, just want to go to our 5-minute, and then we're going to look at our Aggro Capital, their indicators real quick. I just want to see if we're going to get any kind of confirmation here between the indicators. Man, I don't know why it does this. Alright, it's gonna make me log out real quick. I don't know why, but if I'm out of, so if I don't, like if there's a certain amount of hours that I just sit here on TradingView, my invite scripts, they just disappear. I have to log out and log back in. Alright, just try it now. Alright, so we got our invite only. And let's try our general purpose, our V1 Aggro Cap Algo. Let's see, so we want to use the 5-minute. Alright, so right now we're showing a little bit on our Aggro Cap Algo here. We're showing a little bit of resistance here. Now, if we break this mark here, it should theoretically flip to long. As you can see here, like when it's green here on your support line and you break it, you had your short indicator here that pointed down. You know, we had roughly about about an $80, but this is the 5-minute, guys. So let's see how much this one went up. 375. So this still went up about $80. The Aggro Cap 5-minute here on the V1, because you're supposed to use the 5 and 3 hour. It's a, hey, Weed Feast, thank you for being here. Welcome to our community. You know, if you want a community that's all about supporting you, helping you be a self-sufficient, independent trader, that will to help you, learn all the indicators. I highly recommend looking at our panels down below and joining our Discord community. It's the best place to reach me, and we have a lot of amazing, awesome traders in our group. But thank you for being here. So looking at our Aggro Cap Algo here on our V1, we're going to be seeing a little bit of resistance because you can see we touched it here, we slightly broke it and then we went to the downside. That's why I really like to wait for confirmation when we break these red lines. So let's go to our 3 hour. That's the one I like the most. Because you can see here, we had our support line. We touched it, we rode it. And finally, when we broke it, you have your short signal right here. And then you had a nice move to the downside. And so right now here, I like the 3 hour a bit more on the V1. But we're showing some pretty decent resistance. And wow, that's actually showing it right above our, that's about 10,750. That's kind of interesting. Honestly, I'm not seeing a ton of resistance in the 10.7s, but we'll see. I like the 200 SMA on the 4 hour. It's also really holding Bitcoin down right now. It's able to, hey, I'll check it out. Honestly, I on the SMAs, I really only use the 5 and 10, but yeah, I'll definitely check it out. Actually, I think it I think I might actually already have it. Let me look at it. The SMA 4. Hey, look at that. So it'd be our white line, and you said on the 4 hour? Yeah, you can see it perfectly here. So here, I'm going to take this. I'm going to get rid of all of them. Except the 4 hour. This is what Big Sky was looking at. Hey, good catch. Hey, Big Sky, good call on that. See, a lot of people don't like the SMAs. I honestly love them. I know, Crown's Crypto, I know he's not huge into the SMAs, but that's an interesting find. Good catch. So we've looked at market Cipher. We've gone through all the time frames. Yeah, no problem. Let's get rid of this real quick. So what I'm basically doing now is we've looked at Crypto Faces market Cipher. Like it has all weekend, the bulls own the longer time frames, but on the shorter time frames, the bears are trying to hold the price down. They really need to hold the price below 10,550, 10,006. Because generally, if we can break this 10,003 to 400 area, we generally almost always go up to test our, 600 just seems to be a psychological number, whether it's 9.6, 10.6, 12.6, you know what I mean? It's just something I've noticed, through my years of trading. So let's see if we can get any kind of confirmations here. So right here, the 4 hour here on Bitcoin on market Cipher B. The shorter time frames, it shows this being a little bit higher, but I love the longer time frames when doing a trade. If this stays like this and this doesn't get any higher, the only thing we can really hope for is to make a lower low like right here, and we could have a triple MACD bullish divergence with your high, a lower high, and another lower high. This is your bearish momentum. That's really the only thing we could hope for. But generally, when you see something this low in bullish momentum, you have a pretty nasty reaction to the downside. So, and the fact that Ponzi scheme transferred 20,000 Bitcoins to 4 exchanges, I'm not too keen to start a position, at this moment. Because you can see on here on our upward trend line, we have multiple touch points here at about 10,000, just under 10,550. All right, so we've looked at market Cipher. We've looked at our Aggro Cap V1. Let's go to our Aggro Capital Scalper, which is our V2. Let's check it out. And on this one, it says you're supposed to use the 1 minute. That's interesting. So you can see you had a nice little short indicator here. You can tell you had this support line you ran up. Every time you hit it, you bounce off. We broke below it, and then you threw a short signal. Took a little bit to play out, but this is the 1 minute chart, so this is going to look a little bit more, this is really for scalp trading, and I'm talking like, 30 minutes or so, an hour. But you can tell every time we hit the top here, boom, it's acting as resistance. You broke to the upside here. You broke this red line. You threw a buy signal. You had a little dip, but then boom, right back to the upside. So, you know, I'm still getting used to the Aggro Capital indicators, but I've noticed when they coincide with CryptoFace's market cipher, you really can't go wrong. So on the wick catcher, you're supposed to use the 1 hour here. All right, now this is a little interesting. This is the wick catcher. This one actually seems to be pretty accurate here. So you can see how we really just ride this down. It's really acting as this resistance line here. This is our wick catcher. Right now and this is right at our support line. So that's actually, I like how this is coinciding with exactly what I'm thinking right here. And this has our resistance being at 10,550. So current price point, we're at 10,290 on Binance, 10,300 on Bybit. Alright, I like to do this every once in a while on our streams, you know, on every stream, but you know, it's a Sunday night. You guys could be doing anything but you're here. You know, I really appreciate each and every one of you being here. You know, our community is about self-improvement, you know, helping you guys learn all the indicators to come up with the low risk, high reward trade. We have a lot of amazing community members on our Discord channel. We're starting an educational series. But we have a lot going for us. We have a lot of great traders. You know, in my opinion, we have the two greatest indicators in crypto. You know, we have CryptoFace's market cipher. We have the Aggro Capital. They have an arsenal full of indicators. And we have a great community. So I think we're gonna, you know, it's taken some time, but I really like the rate our community's growing. But I'm really excited for how things are going, and we're gonna have a lot of, and you know, so we go live every single night at 9 p.m. Eastern time. But if you join our Discord, it's literally we do tons of updates every day, and if if we're gonna go live early, I let you guys know beforehand. But we do a cup of coffee morning stream. It kind of varies. I let you guys know, but we stream every single night at 9 p.m. Eastern time. We do live trades, we look at setups, and I look at your coin requests. You know, CryptoFace's market cipher, it's a little expensive, so I try to help you guys, you know, look at it, especially like if you're interested in buying it, you can actually see how it works, and, you know, see if it fits your investing strategy. And it's kind of cool because we caught the attention of CryptoFace. You know, he actually discovered our channel this weekend, and he really likes what we're forming. He likes how I'm, you know, showing off, you know, how this works a little bit more, you know, precisely, I guess, for say. And he's actually offering our community a discount on Market Cipher. You know, I'm not here to shill it, but it's kind of cool because right now he doesn't really do discounts very often. We are the only community that is actually getting it. So I kind of took that as like, you know, it's just really awesome. I respect him for building this indicator. It's really awesome. So, you know, for him to even reach out to me, that was just huge for me personally. So for right now, I really want to see if we bounce off. We have multiple touch points here on this upsloping resistance. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it really was. I had a video. He actually watched our BYOB stream, and he's like, "Hey, PM me," and I don't know. It was just, you know, I really respect CryptoFace, and I know we're a smaller channel right now, but for him to, like, you know, have positive things to say with how we're doing, and, you know, what the, you know, why we do what we do, it's just awesome. You know, it's sorry, but it was just so cool to get a shout out from CryptoFace, and the fact that we're the only community that's getting a discount on it, that's really awesome. But that's why I have Market Cipher here. It's not to shill it to you guys, but it helps me to be able to provide you, have a little bit of advantage from some of the other guys with the basic TA indicators for say. Because I know these things cost money, guys. But if there's any tools that I can get to help us provide better content and to help serve you guys the best, I'm gonna do it every single time. So with Market Cipher and the Aggro Capital arsenal of indicators, I'm not really sure how I think we're gonna have an edge over the the competition, even though it's not really competition. Anyone that's in crypto, I consider we're all in this giant movement together. So do you guys want to look at any coins or something tonight? You have any requests you'd like to look at? I generally only really trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP, but I know this is a little bit different from our normal streams, but it's a Saturday or it's a Sunday night, so I figured we'd chill for a little bit. I do a quick little recap over our coins, and we're gonna be trading all day tomorrow. So Raven, I can look at Raven, but I'm pretty sure I know what it looks like already. I'm pretty sure it's in kind of a nasty, yeah, I remember looking at this one. You're still holding that resistance though, even though you're we definitely have new resistance here on Raven coin. Yeah, probably not good. Yeah, this is one of the reasons I don't trade altcoin season until it confirms it's, altcoin season is here. Actually, I'm just gonna get my horizontal tool out. So right now, it looks like you have some pretty strong resistance here at about 338, 340 Satoshis. Oh yeah. I actually looked into Raven coin mining like months back. So right now, you're going to have this support area at roughly about 310 Satoshis. You have new resistance here at about the 338, 340 Satoshi mark. The problem with this is there's so many resistance points. The next area I'd be looking at if you break this 340 mark is just above 350 Satoshis. Problem is there's so many darn touch points. It'd make it so clustered with putting all these lines. Yeah, about 350 Satoshis. There'll definitely be resistance there after you break 340, if that happens. But right now, you have support at 310. And it looks like you're trying to form support here, around 330. So, but I don't really want to call this support yet because there's not a lot of information. But man, if we zoom out here on the daily, you can kind of see it's impossible to fib. I mean, you're basically at the bottom of your fib level. Sorry, I'm just fixing the chat here on my phone. So yeah, Raven, you have your 310 support. It looks like you're trying to form some about 330, so we'll see if that holds. But if that breaks, the next area I'm going to be looking at... Ooh, I hope that's not it. See if the 4-hour can encompass this a little closer. It's like 260 Satoshis, and that's like your last line of defense. So that's crazy though. Wow. Let's check out Dash. Last thing I heard of Dash is I remember like during the heart of the bear market, I saw something like they were about to run out of money. Man, I know Dash has been out longer than that. Let's try a different exchange. I think... Does Gemini have it? Wow, they don't have Dash? Alright. Let's try, I think TRX had it for a while. I haven't traded on, TRX for a while. Yeah, alright, that's what I thought. So, zoom out here on the daily. So it looks like you're trying to form support here at about $90. The touch points aren't exact, so I'm just going to say about the $90 area, which it's a whole number, so you can just expect that. But you know, if you do end up breaking that, the next area I'm going to be looking at, it looks like you definitely have support here. You know, around 84. It looks like you have support here about $84. And then about $88. Let's look at market Cipher here. Let's go to the 4-hour. Maybe that'll point out some of these touch points to make them a little more clear. So yeah, you definitely have support here at $90. Wonder if I can actually fib this. Yeah, there's definitely no way you could fib. Let's go to the 4-hour. See if our fib retracement shows anything. Alright, so looking at our Fibonacci here, you can tell where we had quite a few bounces here off the 382. We tried holding our 618, but now you're getting kind of to the scary zone. So if you know your Fibonacci's, your 786 is your deepest retrace. You honestly, it looks like you didn't even try holding the 618. That's literally your golden retrace. You had a few bounces here. Actually, you had a decent bounce off about 105. You went up to 120. You tried sitting right on it, and then it started actually turned as resistance. You popped a little bit above, and then you rejected it to go back to back test it, and then it's literally resistance. So you're definitely showing resistance here at about that 105, 107 mark on Dash. Your 618 is definitely acting as resistance one now. Your 618 is definitely acting as resistance right now. But the next area I'm going to be looking at is if you break that $90 mark, which is our new support, I'll definitely be looking at the 786, which is at about 85 bucks.
went down on me, and then we fucked.
Who was where?
I was on top, and then he fucked me from behind.
And that's when you came the second time?
Why is this sex so important?
Because I'm a fucking gay man! Did you touch him?
Here.
Yes,
You wank for him?
sometimes.
He does.
We do everything that people who have sex do.
Guys sucking him off.
Yes.
I'm gonna change the music here real quick, guys.
It tastes like you, but sweeter.
That's the spirit. Thank you. Thank you for your honesty. Now fuck off and die.
A lot of these I haven't even heard yet. Alright. So, you know, it was going to be mostly just a little bit of a laid back stream here tonight, guys. I just wanted to do a quick update, you know, on how Bitcoin was looking. You know, and to give you, just let you know what's going to be happening this week. I know Sunday night, you know, you guys are, you know, like I try to say, you know, weekends you should be spending time with your family. It's one of, you know, after my mom got diagnosed with cancer, I started really putting more time to, you know, spending it with family members, because you never know how much time's left. So it's a little bit of a dose of reality. So, but I wanted to do a quick little update here on Bitcoin and what you guys can expect this week. But we're gonna have we're gonna have an early morning stream tomorrow. We're gonna have our normal cup of coffee stream. Oh, is she doing okay? Yeah, her remission. She has brain and lung cancer. I guess it's considered remission, but it's not actually gone. It just hasn't grown in like 6 months, so they consider that in remission. But the cancer's gone out of her brain. She had a craniotomy. They actually had the cancer removed. But now she's just, we're trying to get it rid of, you know, it's in her lungs. And it's really shocking because she was never a drug user. She never smoked cigarettes, wasn't an alcoholic. So it took us all by surprise. And she's only like 42. So, but right now we're just fighting it in her lungs right now. She has like over 8 or 9 spots in her lungs. So, but she has a great doctor. She has like the number 1 or 2 cancer doctor in the nation at KU Medical Center. She's like on a clinical trial. There's not a whole bunch of like data on it, but it's called like immunotherapy rather than chemotherapy. It basically triggers your body's response to fight the cancer by using your own body's immune system. So, but no, she's luckily in remission. Hey, thank you, Aggro Capital. Hopefully they can get rid of all of it. Oh, hey, I appreciate it. You know, whenever I'm offline, if you ever look at my channel, you know, that's me and my mom and my sister. We're really close. But you know, I didn't have a dad growing around, so as you can imagine, you know, being with your mom all the time, and you know, we have a really close bond. And honestly, her getting sick even got us closer. But no, she's the strongest person I know. All right. Yeah, Aggro Capital, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. All right, Bitcoin's having a nice little push now, guys. Just trying to see if there's anything. Yeah, not much has changed right now. I mean, there's not a whole lot to expect. You know, it's a Sunday night. Asia, even though Asia should be waking up here soon, If we look at our 4 hour though, look at your SMA 10 though. Every time you've been hitting it, you've just been going back down. And it looks like, yeah, break through that 200, it'd be nice. It would be nice. Let's see where our EMA 200 is, a purple. So yeah, this purple line, yeah, you can actually see it. Your EMA right here, it's like this, I guess it would be your dark purple. Never mind, it's a little higher. I was getting mixed up with our 34. But no, your EMA 10 right here. Between this EMA 10 and your 34, or I'm sorry, your SMA 10 and your EMA 34, it's definitely acting resistance. It's this area right here.
I suddenly experienced the universe as intelligent.
But no, so my price target though, if we can close, a 1-2 hour candle above 10,600, I think we're going to be very, very bullish. But I don't like this. We really need to get bullish soon, guys. If we have this 100 and our 200 moving average, if they bearishly cross, I don't like that. I don't like that at all, guys. We really need to flip this and curve it up. And then I think if we go to our daily here, I think we actually have another one. Let's get rid of this. All right. Oh, yeah. This is another big one, guys, on your daily. If you look at your daily EMA 13 and 34, you're about to have a bearish cross. We really need to flip those, guys. We need to break over, 10,000. Yeah. So the Heiken Ashi candles, Crypto Face, with his market Cipher, apparently he programmed it. Like he programmed that candle to be used with market Cipher, so I've just always used it.
I suddenly experienced the universe as intelligent. Loving, harmonious.
Yeah, ever since I started using market Cipher, I use the Heiken Ashi candle. See if we're throwing any kind of indication off. Look at that, yet a nice short signal here. Got your red X. Let's use our 30-minute. I want to be looking at our short-term time frames right now because I'm trying to see, and this is why we're seeing this little bump here. Your RSI went from sideways to now we have a starting to move up. This is the 5-minute, guys, so don't put too much into this. This could have been the little jump we had. Let's see if we're moving into our 15. So our 15 minutes still ain't showing much when it comes to the bullishness. You're actually showing more bearishness, but you did pop a green buy signal. Punch trip. So, alright, market Cipher ain't showing much. Let's go to our aggro cap algo. Just trying to go over all of these indications to make sure we're not missing anything here. Go to our 5-minute. Look at that, I actually shot a buy signal. Looks like it fired off at roughly 10,320, 330. This is just the 5-minute, guys. So this could be just a $50 swing and then go back down. So let's look at our 3 hour. Yeah, 3 hours still hasn't shot the buy signal yet. Even though it's kind of curious to see, maybe while we consolidate down here, it'll slowly move down. But this actually is showing we're going to have resistance in the 7s, and that's pretty interesting. See if there's any kind of... I mean, I guess you have some of these touch points right up here. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. But generally, if we close a 1 to 2 hour candle above 10.6, it's going to be very hard for me to get bearish on this. But your 3 hour, I mean, the longer time frames, they really are looking bullish right now. I mean, that's a little flat. Let's go to our 4 hour. Yeah. This is generally not a great sign, but we've already talked about this. You had your snake eyes. This is one of the most bullish indications you can have on market Cipher. Then you had your nice reaction here. You had your high and then a much lower high. And your money flow is still very thick here on the 4 hour. So I'm telling you guys, if we can flip and we can get bullish momentum to build, we are going to have a nice reaction. Look at this right here. This is a great example. You had a high, you actually had a trigger wave, but not much happened. You had a second trigger wave. Your money flow is in the red. Look at the reaction we had to the upside. Your bullish momentum was massive. So just know, and we're even more red than we were over here. And look how high we went up. If the bulls can build momentum with the money flow this red, we are going to have a very nice reaction. That could be what propels us well above 10,600. And I'm kind of excited here. At the end of the stream, I added like a... it was like the Star Wars with the stars, like, you know how where you see like the, you know, in a world far, far, you know, where it does like the explanation. I have something kind of similar at the end of the stream. So like all the new subscribers, all the new followers, I want to see how well it works, if it works at all. So I'm still getting, so even when I'm not live streaming, I'm trying to, you know, presentation wise, you know, make it better for you guys. So, you know, I'm not a computer coder, you know, even though I know how to do a little bit, you know, or a web designer. So a lot of this stuff's still new to me. I know how to trade, but, you know, like when it comes to like computer and Streamlabs, it's something I've had to learn as, you know, as I've gone. Or I'm sorry, learn as I go. So let's get rid of this. Okay, I guess I already did it. Let's use our intraday. Let's try our wick catcher here. Let's just see if we can kind of catch anything from the last time we looked here. So it's actually really nice here. This is really good at day trading, like especially, or not day trading, but like extreme scalp trading. You broke your resistance line here. This actually just happened a few minutes ago. We threw that at about 10,320. I'm telling you, I know a lot of people, you know, I don't recommend it unless you're, you know, you've traded for years or know how to scalp trade, but I love doing these like $30 to $80, you know, Bitcoin movement scalps, doing that 5, 6, 7, 8 times a day. You know, it pays off after a while. Especially when you're in like these little tight trading ranges. So our wick catcher, we're not seeing much on it. We had this nice little reaction, so we'll see how it plays out. Maybe we go back down and touch this little bottom here above 10,300. But the more times, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to happen right now. But I'm telling you, sometime in the next 3 days, Bitcoin needs to break above. Honestly, it needs to break above 10,800 and go into the 11,000s, or those moving averages are going to bearishly converge. And I'm just saying, it's not going to end well. It will not end well. So looking at our Aggro Cat V2, 1 minute. Let's get rid of this up here. You are showing a little bit of a bullish continuation, but this is the 1 minute. This is just what the V2 is actually made. This is the V2, right? Yeah, this is the Aggro Cat V2 1 minute. You can see how we're slightly building higher levels of bullish momentum. You actually threw a buy signal here at 10,000. I'm sorry. Let's say 10,300. Hey, how you doing, Gumby Inc? You can see right here though, where basically we had a nice little pump here to the upside. We're butting up against our, our resistance line up top. If we can break this, we'll flip long, on this signal. Alright, let's see. It's the V2 or the V3. Alright, so the next one we're going to look at here is our Aggro Cat V3. This actually needs to be on the 1 hour. Yeah, Gumby Inc. Yep, we finally surpassed 50 followers. We're almost to 60. Hey, Gersley110, thank you for the follow on Twitch. I appreciate you being here.
I'll tell you what I know.
But yep, we finally surpassed it. Honestly, the channel's really taken off, and none of this would be possible without you guys, so thank you. I think we're at like 60. I think we surpassed 60 subs on YouTube, and we're now I think we're getting close to 60 on Twitch as well, so we're now well over 100. So that's really awesome. Well, looking at our 1 hour here, you can see though, we're butting right, so this resistance line is right at our resistance line that we drew. So that makes me feel very confident in this line right here. And once again, that's sitting at about 10,550. This is a very important mark. So right now, I don't want to get too bullish on Bitcoin until we break the 10,550 to 10,006. Hey, Daddy Kingman, how you doing? Hopefully you had a great weekend. Nice. So, key things to remember though on Bitcoin. You're going to try to hold this 10,250, 10,300 mark, but your more obvious support is at 10,001. Killed a few trades. Now I'm in on Link. Yeah, Link seems to be a one to get in. But 10,001 is your key, your more short-term support, with your more major support between 9,800 and 9,008 to 9,900. Now, if you do break 9,800, I'm very confident we're going to go back to the 95, 9,600 support. But if we can break 9,600, close a 1 to 2 hour candle above, I'm very confident that we'll at least test 10,800. But I think we'll definitely test our old resistance. It's actually our old trade setup between 10.8 and 11.2. But just know, guys, I post it on our Discord, so for all the new people here, if you want a community that's all about supporting you, helping you learn, to be a independent, trader, with a community, a community to back you. Our goal is to help you come up with low risk, high reward trade setups, how to learn the indicators, so you can learn all these to do on your own. I highly recommend you join our Discord channel, and I posted a article there today. So remember that Chinese Ponzi FUD we heard the other day, or last week? Supposedly there was 20,000 Bitcoin sent to 4 exchanges. So please keep that in mind. I don't want to put too much into that, but generally when you see massive amounts of Bitcoin getting sent to exchanges, that's not a great sign. So make sure, especially I have a feeling there's going to be a ton of volatility this week. Just please manage your risk. But it's kind of cool though, because hey, how you doing, Mix? Hopefully you're having a good day. Had a great weekend. Oh no, so yeah, there's no volatility this weekend, but there was 20,000 Bitcoin sent to 4 exchanges, and we're also going to be speculating on. Now, granted, this doesn't have to happen, but I'm from the stock market, and I've noticed Bitcoin tends to. Oh yeah, Daddy Kingman. Oh yeah, I'm not wearing my Mahomes jersey tonight. I know I got crappy lighting. I'm gonna get a light backdrop or whatever, so I can highlight all my jerseys I have framed. But it's kind of a hard day. I don't really watch college sports anymore. But when I lived in Texas, before my favorite player Jamal Charles was the starter for Texas and then was drafted by the Kansas City Chiefs, Cedric Benson, he was the starting running back that basically got drafted, and then Jamal took his spot. And it was so hard, waking up this morning. I don't know if you heard the news, but Cedric Benson had a motorcycle crash last night, and he actually passed away. So, and that was really hard, because I lived in Texas when he played. So, I actually lived right in Austin, right outside of it. So, we have this, it's like a parabolic. Yeah, unfortunately he was a bit of an alcoholic, I heard. Like he's had quite a few drunken driving charges the last couple years. So I won't be shocked at all if he was intoxicated. Bikes are dangerous. I really want to get a motorcycle, but my family doesn't want me to get one. So I posted this chart this weekend. And it's funny because CryptoFace posted it literally hours later. Not this chart, but his own. And CryptoFace is actually calling for $12,000 in the next week. So that's going to be interesting to see. How old am I? So in December, I turned 25. I'm pretty young. I think I'm actually one of the youngest people in our community. So I'm 24. Yeah, I probably look a little bit younger as I shaved today, so. I don't know if we're gonna break 12,000 this week. I'm more or less shooting for maybe 11,200, and then we'll go from there. But right now, we just need to focus on breaking 10.6. If we can't break 10.6, guys, I definitely think we're gonna fall to the downside. Market Cipher doesn't look bad though. You look like you're 7. Hey, I appreciate it. Hey, I just hope it stays like this. Yeah, I say unfortunately, I actually don't mind it, but yeah, I'm totally baby-faced. So your 4 hour looks good though. I don't like how small this reaction was. So there's not really a whole bunch to go off, guys. You know, the volatility, it's the weekend. I know Saturdays, you know, there seems to be some fireworks, but this was more or less just to do a little recap, you know, of what happened this weekend. So for the new people that popped in, because we did go live a little bit earlier, we started at like 7 o'clock or 7:15. So I guess about just, well, I guess we're 15 minutes away from 2 hours. I went early because I'm getting a good night's sleep tonight. I'm gonna try to catch the market at around 5 in the morning. So expect an early morning cup of coffee stream, you know, early tomorrow morning. I would imagine by 7 or 8 in the morning I'll go live. But I'm gonna try to get in 30 hours of streaming this week. That's my goal between Monday and Friday. So we're gonna do a lot of live trading. We're gonna see these indicators in live action. So it's gonna be a busy week. Well, we're basically in this ascending triangle. You can see how we have 4 touch points here. I like this because there's 3 touch points on each side, so that validates this pattern is legit. But we're really not seeing any trigger waves. We're mostly just seeing it's kind of condescending each other right now. Anything above the 1 hour looks bullish, but the shorter time frames, as I've said all weekend, but the price really has changed. The bears are trying to flip the lower time frames. You can see how we have this building here. You're building bearish divergence, even though we did pop a green dot. What's up, Aggro Capital? I think I'm about to get some back with my foods. I was about to say my stomach is growling. I think I'm gonna be getting some dinner here soon as well. We're gonna have a very busy week live streaming. You know, as you just popped in, I'm probably gonna be going live before 7 or 8 in the morning tomorrow. In the morning, we're gonna have a pretty early, you know, cup of coffee stream. So, but I wanted to go over these charts with you guys, basically recap what happened this weekend and to let you guys know what to expect for this week. And, you know, I know it wasn't as busy in the beginning, but, you know, I talked to Crypto Face this week, and, you know, it was awesome to hear from him, you know, because, you know, in all actuality, black coffee, oh yeah, it's going to be black coffee for sure. But I think it's so cool, you know, there's no pressure to you guys or anything, but just that the fact that he noticed our community, he's actually offering now a discount if you use, like, so for his the market Cipher indicator, he's offering a 5% discount, but the referral code is the king of Bybit. And that's so awesome because he likes how we're showing the indicator, and we're showing it live time trading every single day. And it has nothing to do with the referral link, but the fact that he actually noticed our small community, you know, that was just awesome to me, you know what I mean? And to you guys, because none of this would be possible without you. But to get noticed by a streamer that, you know, has 20,000 subscribers, you know, compared to us, you know, that's awesome. And the fact he discovered us on YouTube, which, if you guys aren't familiar with, the YouTube algorithm is really, really hard to get in the good graces with. So, you know, that's honestly why I moved to Twitch, is because the YouTube algorithm was so hard, you know, to get in the good graces with. But no, I'm really excited. Between Aggro Capital, you know, the arsenal of indicators, and Market Cipher, I think we really have a giant edge above a lot of the other TA groups. You know, and that's really exciting. Yeah, for sure. You know, between these indicators, you know, we really do have an edge, I think. Especially when it's, you know, coming with the TA content. We're not just looking at your normal indicators that, you know, everybody else has. So, you know, is there anything you guys want to look at? You know, we're going to be streaming at least 6 hours tomorrow. I would like to do at least a 3-4, you know, at least 3 hours a piece for each stream. And honestly, as long as I'm trading, we're going to be live, so. But I just wanted to make sure any coins you wanted to look at, or, because like I said, I'm getting up about 5 in the morning, so I'd like to get a little bit of sleep so I'm not falling asleep tomorrow. Because honestly, not much has happened this weekend, but you know, I did this stream, so you know, we could go over what happened and what you guys can expect for this week. But I just want to make sure I have all your questions answered. Oh, nice. Hey, was it that buy signal that went off of, trying to think which indicator it went off. Was it, oh, not this one. Trying to think which one. We saw it here. There was a buy signal that popped off. I think it was maybe V2. I want to say it was the V2. Nope, not the V2. Maybe you know what? Now that I think about it, I think it was the V1. We'll find it here in just a second. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Yep, I saw that. Yep, XRP did have a nice little bounce. Yeah, you got a nice little buy signal here. No, it was a quick high leverage short. Yeah. Yep, you really need to break 30 cents or it's going to definitely go right back down. Even though Bitcoin's trying to build steam here on the 5-minute. They're trying. Which that could be a good indication as the 15-minute. You really need to round this off because this is bearish. But it's only really the 15-minute that's bearish. The 30-minute, I mean, you had higher levels of momentum. I mean, and generally, your sell-off could have already happened from here. Because if you count the bigger blob that has the most hold, you're showing lower levels. So this sell-off could have been the dip we just had earlier. But if we go to our 4-hour here, and as we showed earlier, you had 2 trigger waves right here. But do you see how your money flow is red? When you pop to the upside and your money flows in the red, you have a nice reaction to the upside. And so we have the possibility, and look at this, it's nothing compared to where we're at right here. If we can pop to the upside, there's going to be a ton. I think we will. I'm serious. That's why I'm thinking if we can break 10.6, we're going to go test. Honestly, I really think we'll test at least 10.8, but more likely 11 to 11.2. I need to make sure to check making sure I'm not forgetting any of my YouTube friends. But yeah, we're gonna have a lot of trades in this week, guys, so You know, this is more of just a hangout and chill, and you know, pretty much go over what happened this weekend and what we're going to be doing this weekend. Oh, I'm sorry, this week. Can look at XRP. We can look at it again, Gumby Inc. if you want to. We looked at it earlier, but that's all right. Go to our 3 hour. Wow. Aggro cap 3 hour nailed this beautifully. Had a nice buy signal right down here. About 26.5 cents on the 3 hour. You can see how the green arrow pointed right at the bottom. Had a nice reaction to the upside. Can actually get rid of this now. It's no longer relevant. But now you're now in the red box right now, which is your resistance. So you're primed to be rejected at any point here. And this box could honestly be moved down. I want to see how this wick reacts. But you know, as Gumby said, if you can't break this top box or this top trend line of our red box, which is at 30 cents, you're just gonna go back down. See at the 5 minutes showing anything. And see the 5 minute, look at this.
The researcher paused, named at the subject's exposed heart and fired.
You're butted up right on this red trend line. So I'm curious to see, do we break this and flip long? Or are we just gonna hit this and go back to the downside? We're right there. I mean, we are right there. All right, guys, 10,400 Bitcoin. All right. Yeah, this is showing you have a little bit of support here. I mean, that is a nice buy signal here. But if we look at market Cipher though, the 1 hour looks good. You're definitely having a much larger bullish momentum wave right here. Let's go to the 4 hour. That was the 1 hour. The 1 hour, or the 4 hour, it's all right. I mean, you are pointed to the downside though. Let's go to our closer time frames. Yeah. Hey, that's the good thing about cryptos. It's, you know, the market never shuts down, so there's definitely another trade. So this is probably going to be following up with Bitcoin here, even though it's been kind of detached lately. Market Cipher right now, especially on B, it's pretty much condescending itself right now. Even though this is probably where your reaction came from. You had your low high and then a much higher high, but you're still, you know, in this, you know, the gist of things. I'd like us to see us break this top here. If you can break this, I think we'll go above 30 cents. Let's see if Market Cipher A is showing anything. Yeah, not much. Yeah, so not really seeing much from a Market Cipher standpoint. Even though you're butted up against resistance there though on the V2, so yeah, it was the V2. How are you guys feeling in the chat about Bitcoin this week? Are we gonna go up? Are you bearish? Are you bullish? Let's get a consensus in the chat. So I'm looking at the Binance charts mix. Let's go to our 4-hour here. So for resistance on Binance, it's 10,550 to 10,600. If we actually look at our chart here, we're actually fighting our red because I use the 5 and the 10 day or the 5 and the 10 SMA. We've really just been following. I mean, if we zoom out here, we've really wicked off this a few times and we go back down. And as well is your 34 here on your 4-hour is acting as resistance. And that's right, that's just under 10,500. You know, so we really need to break the 10.5 to 10. You know, honestly, if you want exact numbers, it's 10,550 and 10,600. But in general, that $100 range from 10,005 to 10,006 is a prime area to be rejected. And this is something we pointed out earlier in our stream, but I'll show it again. Your 4-hour, you need to break above 10,800 very soon, because right now you have your 100 and your 200 EMA. They will bearishly cross here soon. And if we go to our daily here, you have your 34 and your 100 about to bearishly cross right here. So you're about to have two, and this is on the daily. So you're about to have two strong moving averages. You know, they're about to bearishly cross here. And to flip these to possibly to the upside, we need to break above 10.8 very soon. You can even see this more apparent on the daily, how the 10 SMA. That's right. I know a lot of people don't like the SMA moving averages, your simple moving averages, but I love the 5 and the 10 when it comes to, you know, quick swing trades. But you can see these wicks right off of it. You can get a clearer picture. I'm sorry, this is your 13 and your 34 on the daily. Your 13 and your 34 EMAs on the daily are about to bearishly converge. I'm sorry about that, not the 100. So your 13 and your 34. And then on your 4-hour, and that's on the daily. On the 4-hour though, your 100 and your 200 EMA on the 4-hour are about to bearishly converge. But if we can move to the upside and get, I mean, if we can go into the 11,000s and these curl up, oh, we'll have a massive move. You know, for me, I would really like us to invalidate this third lower high. But if we can break 13,200 and we can break past this, I will get extremely bullish. I'm telling you, if we can invalidate this high right here at 13,200, I mean, honestly, guys, I think we'll test 15,000. I really do. But until then, because we just don't have the data yet, you have 3 lower highs. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning bullish as well. If it wasn't for that darn 20,000 Bitcoins being transferred, and that's in the Discord if you want to read it, guys. I put it in the general and in the crypto news section. So, and I'm curious to see how this plays out, because Crypto Face, he thinks we're going to be testing 12,000 this week. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. It's a nice rounded, I like to call them like a parabolic curve, but guys, that's why I was saying earlier, if you touch this, that doesn't mean that is the buy signal. These can be adjusted. It's just kind of an indicator to help you find the curvature of the movement as a whole. But you can see how you have 1, you have 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5 touch points on this curve right now. So if we were to follow this curve, the only thing I don't like about this curve though, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Are we good now? So, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. I don't think the weather's too bad outside right now. We're getting like, I seriously get like 120 megabytes a second, so. So, but you know, this was basically just a quick stream. I won't lie, guys, I need to get to bed here soon because I'm getting up at 5 a.m. to start trading. So expect an early cup of coffee stream in the morning. I mean, I'm talking like 7, 8 in the morning. So, you know, be prepared for that. We're gonna do some live trades, and we'll see how this nighttime price action plays out. But I am starving. It's been at least 10 hours since I've ate. I think I ate at like 9 a.m. this morning. 10. No, I ate at like 10 or 11 this morning. So my stomach, I am starving right now. So, but before we call it a stream, because I want to see. So just so you guys know, at the end of the stream, at my the stream ending page, I did some updates, and I want to see if it works. It's supposed to like say thank you to all the new subscribers, the new followers. I want to see how it works out. So, and I'll still be awake for the next hour or so, and I'll keep you updated on Discord. But I do need to start preparing for bed because we're gonna have a busy day tomorrow. So, you know, before we do call it a stream, and if you think of any questions, you know, outside, you know, in the next like hour or so, let me know on Discord, and I'll be, you know, more than happy to look at it. But is there any last minute questions or coin requests I can look at for you guys? Let me know. Yeah, you too, Mix. But no, tomorrow it's gonna be a full day live stream pretty much, so. So, but yeah, hype for tomorrow. So, you know, before I leave you guys, you're gonna have a little bit of support here at 10,300, but your more stronger short-term support is at 10,100. Your more major supports between 9,800 and 9,900. If you break 9,800, I am like 90% certain we'll go to back test 96 to 95, our prior support levels. Now, upside, because I'm leaning bullish right now. I'm not really bearish until we break, you know, below the 10,100 mark. And even then, I'm still not bearish. But for upside potential, if you can break the 10,550 to 10,600 mark, and just know between 10.5 and 10.6 as a whole is going to be a prime area for rejection. So, pay attention to your MACD very closely and watch the volume. If you see us barely moving up and the volume is just gone, that's probably your key that we're going to reverse price action to the downside. So, but if you can break 10,600 and you can close a 1 to 2 hour candle above it, I definitely think we're at least going to test 10.8, but more than likely, it's going to be our old trade setup between 10.8 and 11.2. So, and that is, like I said, statistic wise, like looking at the price points, it's 10,550 to 10,600, but that $100 range between 10.5 and 10.6, it's a prime setup for a reversal to the downside. So, but right now on market Cipher, we're looking good here on the 4 hour, even though I don't like this, but this still has room to grow. But if it stays like this, you could definitely expect a dip coming here soon. So let's go to our closer time frames to capture some of this new movement. See, the 1 hour, you're looking good here. We're still building, but if we can outpace, and we can not outpace, but if we can outgrow this blob, I think we're going to have a nice reaction. We're having a reaction from this one right now, but as a whole, if we can break this one, we're going to have some nice momentum building, and this is the 1 hour.
It is necessary to fight, and on fighting to wound. A weapon.
The 15 minutes, the only one that's looking bearish right now, and even then, it looks like you're popping. Yeah, we've now just popped to the upside, so let's see how that goes. But your 5 minute, you know what I mean, guys? Not much has changed here. The shorter time frames, they're kind of neutral to now. They're looks like they're trying to flip a little bullish, but it's kind of like the same this whole weekend. The longer time frames are still pointing bullish. The shorter time frames are kind of hinting at the bears are trying to step up their game, but it looks like the bulls are trying to flip it. We'll see. It's a Sunday night. Asia's waking up for the work week, so anything could happen between here, in the next 7 to 8 hours. Our money flow. Let's see. Just trying to make sure I'm not missing any kind of details before I call it a stream. Now this, oh my gosh. I just noticed this, guys. You want to see something that looks bullish? This is something I haven't talked about all stream. I just noticed this. Look at this on the daily, chat. This is on the daily time frames. Or time frame. You're showing a nice, like this last wave of bearish momentum is way, it is much weaker than this one. If this plays out, we're going to have a nice reaction. And it looks like we're actually rounding this off right now. So, looking at this, chat, I really do. I'm more leaning bullish right now, but if it wasn't for that darn news about the 20,000 Bitcoins being transferred, we'll see how that plays out. So, like I said, thank you all, each and every one of you, for being here. I'm gonna look at our chat. Crypto One Twitch, Crypto ZYZZ, Weed Feast. Thank you for the follow. Aggro Capital, thank you for the subscription. I really appreciate it. But if you guys have any other questions, hit me up in Discord. I'll be up for the next hour or so. But I really want to see how this screen, or the what do you call it? The stream ending slide works, because I added some few additions this weekend and I have yet to try it out. So expect a cup of coffee morning stream. It's probably going to be before 7 or 8 in the morning. So, but we're going for about 30 hours of streaming this week. So be prepared. You're going to see a lot of me. So, but thank you all for being here. Oh, you're long jumping, Jaggin? It's looking like that might be a good decision. That daily, I like how that daily chart is looking right now. So, but once again, thank you all for being here. For tonight, I'll see you in the Discord, but tomorrow, I will see you in the morning. Thank you, guys.
This is 20.
Tech, Nina, Kansas City. You ready? You ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the place where we run it. Place really haunted by number 58 is DT the Great, and we flaunt it. Hate and we shun it. No competition, the opposition fake. I don't think they really want it. Loud is the recipe. Loud sitting next to me, no doubt. Now we are proud that we get to see KC Chiefs come and break these geeks, make them taste these cleats. Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the Chiefs Kingdom. Got to lovers, got some other beasts. Bring them, mop them up and stop them. Got the heat, sting them. You hot when we stop ya. Dropped when he rock. Got blocked in me casa. Ball in my city live, but I find a raw one to get beside. My lucky numbers are 15, 10, 87, 29, 7, 50, 95, 55.